I just hope that he sits down as long as he needs to, and I also hope and pray that this heals quickly, because this could be something that lingers around and it affects him way longer than anticipated. Man, we got some unfortunate news, and I don't know if anybody hates this more than me, myself, and I, because I love Travis, man. That's my guy. As great as a football player as he is, and we all know this, he's a generational type of talent. I'd argue and say he's an even better person off the field. I'll put it this way, it is extremely rare to see a guy who is as talented and gifted as this young man to also be as humble as this young man. You can't overlook that, you can't. And sadly, during Saturday night's game, he suffered a pretty bad injury. How bad was this injury, you may ask? Well, he had to go to the hospital. Anytime a player has to leave the game, during the game, and go to the hospital, it's a pretty bad thing. And y'all know what play I'm talking about, and you know how he got hurt. Come on now, let's not act brand new. We gotta address the elephant in the room. That dirty, and I mean that dirty hit. My opinion on that said play hasn't changed a single bit. And as to how that said player didn't get kicked out of the game, blows my mind, but I don't even want to get into all that. As many college football games that I've watched the past 10 years, I've seen so many players get thrown out for a BS quote-unquote targeting call. And yet, a guy who doesn't even make a play on the ball, his intention from start to end on that said play, from start to end until the game, is to hurt a player. He doesn't get thrown out of the game? What? He didn't even make a play on the ball. That's the definition of targeting. If Travis Hunter would have caught the ball, I would have understood it a little bit more. But the play was well over, and he was like, no, I'm still going to hit him. That's not unnecessary roughness. That's targeting. Don't care what anybody says. Whew, okay, calm down, Matt. Take a deep breath. I'm sorry. It gets to me. Trust me, man. I think the game itself, college football and NFL, has gotten so soft over the past couple of years. And I'm one of the people who advocates for more of a physical type of game. But that right there, there's no need for that in this game. Because at that point in time, you are taking it past football. You're not even trying to play the game. You're just trying to hurt somebody. And guess what? That's what happened. That safety for Colorado State, he hurt somebody. And here's the thing we really need to talk about, and we'll get into this in just a second. It could have been way worse. That is a type of play, and I hate to even think about this, but it could have happened where a player gets paralyzed and not only just never plays football again, but they never even walk again. Dirty play, dirty play. And here was my full out live reaction during the game, and I'll show you right here. Matt wrote a clip. Now, I also want to address this because this rubbed me the wrong way. That dirty freaking hit on Travis Hunter. That guy should have been ejected. There is no need for that in this game. That is the definition of a dirty play. I've never felt so... Like, when people say, oh, that's a dirty play, most times to me, I'm like, no, I like it. That's football. Bring it on. I want to see some dirty plays. But that is headhunting. That is taking it to another level. That is dangerous. That hit is so dirty. The dude didn't even go for the ball. He knew before this game started, I'm going to go attack Travis Hunter. And that's what makes me so mad. So yeah, there you have it. That was my reaction to it during the game and slightly after the game, and yeah, I feel the same way. And let me address this, because I've had so many people tag me in this tweet that's sort of going viral. Everybody's starting to say stuff like this. It's just stupidity, but I'll show it to you. So Jason Whitlock said, make it make sense. Dude, and when he says dude, he's referring to Travis Hunter, dude gets hit with 5 minutes left in the first quarter, returns and plays both ways throughout the second quarter, leaves for the hospital in the third quarter, but it was the hit that sent him to the hospital? Basically, he's saying, oh, that wasn't the hit that injured Travis Hunter. And here's what I got to say to that. And anybody trying to say, oh, well, if that was the hit that sent him to the hospital, why didn't he leave right away? If you're one of the type of people that is either A, liking this tweet, or B, thinking this way and tweeting stuff out like this, you've never played a sport in your life. You've got to be either a bench warmer or you never played. There's no in-betweens. Because real athletes that played sports or currently play sports, you know this. There's this thing that you bench warmers and people sitting on the couch eating cheesy puffs don't understand. And you know what that one thing is? It's called adrenaline. Adrenaline, adrenaline, adrenaline. That's all that was. And guess what? By the third quarter, that adrenaline finally wore off of Travis Hunter a little bit. And he was like, you know what? I think I'm hurt pretty dang bad. And I can vouch for this because my junior year of high school, first game of the year, heading into the fourth quarter, this is basketball, by the way, not football, I had 32 points. Had a pretty good game, and I've already shared this story on the channel, but there's some new people coming to the channel that they don't know a lot about my background in sports and whatnot. But anyways, in the first play of the fourth quarter, I go up to block a guy's shot and I land bad on my knee. I had a really bad landing on my knee and I wound up tearing my ACL completely, both my meniscuses and my patella tendon and my PCL. In other terms, it was a career-ending injury and that was really it for me. As brutal and as harsh as the injury that was, I had so much adrenaline running when the training staff and my coach came over to help me up. I asked him, the first thing I said to him was, hey, do you think I can go back in like a minute or two? And I'll never forget my trainer's face. He looked at me with the biggest side eye and said, oh no, there's no way you're going back in. We think you tore your ACL, man. And that was the end to White Randy's legendary high school career. Sad ending, but yeah, like I said, different conversation for a different day. I swear, man, they could have made a movie about White Randy's high school career. Not too many people have a career-ending injury in high school during a 30-point performance. You want to talk about going from the highest of highs to lowest of lows? That's it right there. I share that story with y'all to share with you my experience of just having that adrenaline and the will to win. It can do crazy things to the human body. You can suffer a terrible injury, be down for the count, and that adrenaline and the will to win and the fire inside of you will tell you you're okay. So to all the non-athletes out here eating cheesy puffs that don't understand this as to why Travis Hunter went back in, that's why, because he's a competitor. I get tired of seeing these nerds comment on sports when they've never played a sport a day in their life. Blows my mind, man, blows my mind, but let's get back on track here. Sorry for the rant. After the game wrapped up, which was legendary by the way, here was a picture that Travis's girlfriend posted on her Instagram. And in this picture, it appears to seem that Travis Hunter, he's just laying down, chilling and relaxing, and his girlfriend also stated that he's okay. But here was something I found interesting. He did wind up staying in the hospital Saturday night, and he didn't leave until Sunday night. Maybe they were just wanting to be careful and cautious and run some tests, I don't know. But it was made clear that he left the hospital Sunday night. So that was a good sign, but unfortunately it was announced actually right after the game, and this was according to Deion Sanders. It's not like some secret source. No, Deion said this in a post-game interview or post-game press conference, whatever you want to call it, that Travis Hunter was going to miss at least 3 to 4 weeks. Deion also stated that Travis, being the competitor that he is, he'll try to come back in 2 weeks. But now with the newest of new updates, it's being reported that Travis Hunter is going to miss at least 4 weeks. It really depends who you talk to. I've talked to multiple different sources, and I've heard as low as 3 weeks and as high as 6 weeks. I don't see Travis Hunter sitting out 6 weeks. That's just not going to happen. He'll be back in 3 to 4. That's my timetable. And Hunter even spoke about this today, and it goes back to him just being humble. He stated, quote unquote, it's football. At the end of the day, stuff like this or stuff like that gonna happen. And I see what he's saying, but no. I disagree. Stuff like that should not happen. I've been watching college football and NFL for an extremely long time, and hits like those, the last time I've seen a hit, I can't even remember, matter of fact, the last time I saw a hit that malicious in a game. The game is safer now, which is a good thing. I know we always are like, man, the game's too soft, but it has become safer, which is good. And yet again, I'm trying to think, but I couldn't tell you last time I saw a hit that malicious. The player's intent, the Colorado safety, was to hurt Travis Hunter. It's terrible. And here's my biggest question about all this. Is this going to be an injury that may affect him even when he comes back? Is this something that can get re-aggravated? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I hope not, but you got to get the sense and feel like he's going to try to come back in about 3 games or 3 weeks, and it's going to be a little bit too early. Well, let's just say, and I hope this doesn't happen, what if he gets hit around the same area? It sucks, man. It is a sucky situation, and like I've stated multiple times, I hate that it happened to him because he's such a great person and a great football player. And now, from an entertainment standpoint, I don't want to be selfish here, but it also sucks that we don't get to watch him play. I want to see Travis Hunter play. Dude's one of the best players in the country. I just hope that he sits down as long as he needs to, and I also hope and pray that this heals quickly because this could be something that lingers around and it affects him way longer than anticipated. I hope that's not the case, but it could happen, and you gotta think of worst case scenarios with situations like these. I'm wishing the best, Travis. You already know you're gonna be in our thoughts and prayers, and hopefully you got a speedy recovery. But I am very curious. Let me know your thoughts down below. But